Hello, hello! I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to brew some magic? Well, come on in. Hello, hello, Crossroads Witches and other interesting magical beings. This is a slightly different off-the-cuff video. I'm actually sitting here recording a couple of videos, and in between all of that, I got an email. And most time emails are just emails. But this is one of those synchronicities, the 3 times thing. I had just had this conversation the past couple of weeks with 2 other magical practitioners, and then I get an email today, and I felt like it was the universe with, Taren, you need to talk about this on a video. And that is talking about ADHD witches. All right, I do want to start this video with, I am not qualified medically in any way, shape, or form. All right, I do not have any type of licensing. I am not a practitioner. I, at my best, am a witchy life coach. All right, I want to preface that with, this is no replacement of any medical folk. Please, if you are dealing with this, I would hope that you are talking with somebody in the medical field who's qualified, not with me. But as an old witch, I've been around some folks, and what I do know in the magic community is that a lot of us folks, our brain waves are open in other areas, and sometimes that causes some other brain waves not to work so well. And how do we do that? How do we deal with ADHD? How do I deal with not being able to focus when we talk a lot about meditation? We talk about mindfulness, sitting quiet, and you're like, are you kidding me? I know personally that I suffer from BASS, bright and shiny syndrome, meaning I will get off track very quickly if I see something bright and shiny. Y'all know what I'm saying now, witches. I'm like, ooh, bright and sparkly. All right. But that is not even remotely on the level that folks in which do truly deal with any type of attention deficit disorder. All right. For those of you that do, I want to talk a little bit about my own firsthand experiences. Like I said, I've already had this conversation twice. I'm getting the young man in Cape Town who sent me an email. I'm letting you know, I'm not responding to the email. This is the video you need to watch. All right. First thing I've learned, and I went and looked it up to confirm it, is ADHD people, you're typically smarter. Y'all know that. You got a higher intelligence. Like I said, I sort of thought that on my own from being around several of folks in which operate with this, that they're really smart people. All right. So you're smart. You're intelligent. Don't let anybody ever try. Don't think that just because you can't walk across the room and remember what you're doing, or that you didn't go off and do 15 other things instead. In any way, that knocks your intelligence. If anything, you need to be smarter to operate on the levels you do. With that means y'all got to lower your expectations of yourself. All right? Stop comparing yourselves to others, thinking that if I did it like them, somehow it was going to be different. No, it's not. All right? It ain't. And I want you to rethink what a ritual is. Okay? A ritual is not an hour and a half of intense concentration. I mean, hell, I don't even think I'm capable of that, to be honest. I think you got me for maybe 45, 50 minutes. And then my BSS, bright and shiny syndrome, is going to kick in, and I am going to wander off. All right? I don't think most folks are. Typically, a good intention energy ritual is actually only about 15 to 20 minutes. You know, I know on TV they seem to be capable of doing it all night long. Reality, no. So, first, redefine what is ritual. Ritual is not being able to stand in front of my altar space for an hour and a half and be totally engrossed in it. All right. And saying these big flowery invocations. All right. That's not ritual. I want you to rethink. Okay. Now, I want you to think about the fact that ritual can be all day long. Mm-hmm. I know it is for me sometimes. I come here in the morning, do a little something, say a prayer, and then I wander off and go do something else. And then I come back again. I may have gone out and picked flowers or found something bright and sparkly to bring back into space. If I'm doing a celebratory ritual type thing, um, what's the time limit on it? If I am doing a working, I am either going to be sitting down doing a working and then I'll sit it up here and feed it for a lunar cycle or two. And again, I can wander in and out on it. All right. If I'm doing it, celebratory, today I might be doing, for say, what do we have coming up here? Well, fall equinox. Typically, fall equinox is like 3-4 days for me. I set my altar up, I go find some pretty leaves, representations of fall, I bring them back the next day, that evening. I may put out an offering plate at the crossroads. The next day, I may light a candle. All right. Rituals don't have to be done in a time period, a set time period, is what I'm trying to relay to all of y'all, all you witches. That we have to rethink what rituals are, how we work magic, and understanding that you are the magic. There is no on and off button. I'm never not magical. I'm never not spiritual. All right. It's every day. I stir my coffee in the morning mindfully. All right. When I'm taking a walk, I will stop for a second and just take a deep breath and exhale in a state of gratitude. All right. Those are little things that I personally do. All right. Y'all know I got nips. Okay. So we have just discussed long rituals are not better, more powerful, or more magical. Being able to stand in front of a ritual, stand in sacred space for an hour and a half does not do anything. Hey, you're capable of it. Good for you. If that's your kick and you're able to do it, that's that person's able to do it. Doesn't mean we all do it. Stop comparing yourself. All right, next thing I want to talk about, you witches, and this is something that's a little personal, and I'm really not qualified, but I'm going to say it out loud. Lifestyle choices. How are you living your diet, your sleep, your environment, your stress levels? All right. Those are all very, very important. Your diet. I'm not saying go out and be a vegan and eat tofu. All right, witch. I am a Southern Conjuring witch. I do want to tell a little story. My husband and I went up to the Natural Museum in San Diego this past weekend. And it's got all these different animals displays. And we were in the prehistoric area where they were showing like what it would have been, I guess, ancient deer, moose, antelope. I don't know quite things right. My husband and I are standing there. And I look over at it and I'm looking at it and I'm like, can you eat it? And my husband replies, well, you probably put anything on a grill. But out of the corner of my eye, I see this other couple, this, cute little couple. But the look on this woman's face was just priceless of, is she joking? She's like looking at me and I just look over her, smile and nod. Because I was just like, yeah, I'll put it on the grill. I am a Southerner, all right? And so my idea of can you eat it is very ingrained. And I thought y'all would appreciate that story when we are talking about diet. I'm not saying go out and try to be the healthiest person you can. I'm saying live it well. Be aware of feeding your body, what you're putting into it. Of course, if you are drinking alcohol, wine, cocktails, all those fun things. That is another thing you have to be mindful of. All right, especially ADHD people, you have to be very careful that you do not use alcohol to self-medicate. Again, I'm not qualified, but I am saying that part out loud. Now, let's talk about what you can do. Relax. Seriously, witches, relax. Again, you are the magic. Just do you, boo. And you're doing good. All right? You know, back to lower your expectations. Everything you need is here. You're good. All right? Next thing we want to talk about is practice mindfulness. I know. I just said it's so hard. But I want you to think about mindfulness differently now. All right? Do you know doing your dishes can be the most mindful thing? It can also be a really good magical working on doing some cleansing of yourself and your environment while you're doing those dishes, putting that energy into it. Think about it, all right? But just really being in the moment with what you are doing, all right? You know, and at times also giving yourself permission to wander. Ha! Bright and sparkly. Go see what it's about, you know? This is, I think, the biggest thing I've learned about being around folks in which do deal with this, deal with ADHD, deal with other attention deficit disorders, is y'all just too hard on yourself. All right? That relax, lower your expectations, take a deep breath. And the way you do magic is the right way for you. The way I do magic is the right way for me. The way I set up my spaces, the way I honor my spirit folk, the way I connect to the land around me, all right? Those are my ways, and I talk a lot about them with you, witches, to inspire you to get out and find your way, all right? That is the biggest thing I see, where y'all just too much in your headspace. Thinking. All right? And what is, let me look. I'm looking at my notes real quick, just making sure I told y'all. Because like I said, this was that moment of synchronicity, and I sat down and I wrote out some notes and was like, I want to reply to this email and to other witches out there. I think there's quite a few witches, like I said. A lot of times when one part of the brain is a little, it allows other parts of the brain to work even better. And also if you're dealing with empath, you are becoming more sensitive to the energies around you. And you're also dealing with ADHD, or you're dealing with BAS, bright and sparkly syndrome. All right, it's okay to step back and be like, I need a sec, to step off of space, all right? Always check in with yourself. And if you're feeling good about what you're doing and it feels right, you're doing it the right way. All right, witches, I hope this helps. And like I said, to my friend out in Africa, South Africa, he's actually is where he's at. You're doing good. When you're questioning yourself and you're leaning in and you're expanding, you're doing good. And keep doing it. All right. Keep doing it. It's going to, you're going to have those moments where you're going to be like, it's so simple. I promise. I'll give you a Southern guarantee. All right, witches, get out there. Fly those brooms. Have a bright, sparkly day. And as always, amen. Blessed be Ashe and H.o.W. They're cute cat. All right.